Hey, everybody out there in the internet, to episode 102 of Sis and Big Pops Culture. That's right.
Wow.
This is Big Pops Todd Turner, also known as Mosaic Fanart.
Mosaic Fanart.
Mosaic Fanart. And Big Pops to those who know me. If you're nasty.
We're doing so well. This is the best intro we've ever had.
Hey, you know, we can always redo it, but we're not gonna.
We're not
gonna. And as always,
hi friends, my name is Hannah Jo, aka Sis, and together we are an adult daughter and father duo. We dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is family friendly.
friendly and family. Hey, heck yeah, man. We know what we're doing here. 102.
102?
That's the problem. I'm not used to having that many syllables in the number of episodes, so I get all tongue-tied at the very beginning. Do you think that's possible?
102.
Hyundai dos.
98. Yeah. 22.
100 and. Is that and?
It's not supposed to be and. 101.
102.
And.
We'll do 102.
Okay.
Anywho,
I'm counting syllables.
Gotcha.
On my fingers for those of you who don't see us on our faces, but listen to us in your ears.
Mm-hmm. We just make up stuff as we go. And that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to you can't believe a thing we say.
Hey,
that's not true.
That's not
you
true.
Can
We're
believe
going to talk about some nerd news.
Everything we say. Yeah, because we are investigative journalists. Anywho, Hannah, tell everybody what we do here before we lose everyone.
Everyone. Sweet friends. Thank you for hanging out with us. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start today with chatting about some nerd news that we think is interesting. We're going to share what we've been watching, reading, or listening to. What we've been binging, if you will. Pops is going to share with us his pull list. If you don't know what that is, don't stressy spaghetti. We'll explain it to you.
Stressy spaghetti.
Don't stressy spaghetti. And no, I'm serious. Don't.
I know. Okay.
And we are going to talk about the fall favorite film, Sweet Home Alabama.
I am shaking my head. SMH. Fall favorite. I said, Hannah, let's do a Thanksgiving movie or a Thanksgiving show. What do you want to do? And she texts me back, Sweet Home Alabama.
You didn't say no.
I didn't. Well, I love the movie. So yeah, we're going to talk about Sweet Home Alabama, folks. There you go. But before we get into all of that, let's just dive into the most important part of this show. We don't have an important part. It's all important. Nerd news. That's right. Nerd news to us. This is the part where we get you and tell you all the insider scoops
the things
everyone else has already scooped and put on the internet.
That we are relaying.
I guarantee you, I've got a piece of news right now that you don't have.
I guarantee you. Sure.
Guess who gets their own postage stamp in 2025?
I have no idea. Jack Black.
No.
Okay,
no.
Wait.
Okay.
Who gets their own postage stamp in 2025? Is this a historical figure?
She is no longer living.
Okay.
And is a comedian genius.
Is Carol Burnett dead?
No, she's still alive. Sorry, Carol. I hope you're listening to this podcast.
I don't know.
Golden Girls.
Betty White.
Betty White gets a stamp.
Betty White stamp?
Yes. Can you imagine that?
I hope that next year some man gets cold by his fiance, go buy stamps for their wedding invitations.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Comes back.
Listen,
with Betty White's face.
I want to buy a bunch of them and put them on our Christmas card next year.
Betty White face stamps.
Isn't that awesome?
That is hysterical.
I saw that and thought, oh, that's so great. You know, and here's the deal. Why do we wait until people are gone to make stamps of them and stuff? You know, anywho.
Make stamps of people.
I won't get a stamp until I'm dead.
I'm never going to get a stamp.
Me neither. That was bad.
I'll draw a stick figure and write dad. And
Thank you so much.
And make up my own stamp on your Christmas present. Would that be helpful to you?
I wonder if you could do that.
Make your own stamps?
I mean, yeah, because you can print your own stamps.
And you make a stick figure dad on it and say,
That'd
this
be
is my dad.
crazy. Yeah.
He's a stick
All right.
figure. Stick
That's
figure
funny.
dad.
Don't do that. Stick figure dad. What do you got, Hannah?
Okay. I am sitting at work today. I get a text message from my husband.
Okay, I know what he saw.
It's a link to
A teaser trailer.
And it's like a bunch of exclamation marks. And then I excuse myself to go to the bathroom.
Oh, which is what everybody does. I got to go to the bathroom, which is code for I need to go scroll on my phone.
I need to go scroll on my phone to watch the trailer. When I get back,
nobody knows what we're talking about.
I'm not done telling you yet because I haven't finished the story yet.
Okay.
When I get finished and 3 minutes later, I get a text message from my dear sweet roommate in all capital letters saying, "Has Trevin seen this?"
Well, tell everybody what you're talking about.
There is a trailer that has been released.
Teaser trailer.
A teaser trailer for a live action, in quotes, How to Train Your Dragon movie. Live action meaning all of the dragons are still CGI because dragons don't exist. But the people are people and not animated people.
I know. And do you know did you realize who's playing Hiccup's dad?
No.
It's Gerard Butler. It's the guy who voiced. It's the guy who voiced the dad. No, 100%.
That didn't look like him at all.
I know they made him look heavy and big. It's him. I looked closer. And here's the deal. I thought it looked like a halfway decent teaser trailer. I think they've got a little bit of work to do on the dragons.
Oh, yeah, the dragon. And it just looks like Hiccup from the Hiccup is Wrong. It just looked, and Hiccup is wrong. It just looked like Toothless from the cartoon.
Looked exactly like Toothless.
It just looked like Toothless from the cartoon, which you got to keep his eyes like a certain way.
Right.
Like the vibe to work. Mm-hmm. But you got to do a little something. But you can't do too much of something because if they continue to make these movies.
It's a teaser trailer. But it looks good. I was like, oh, wow. Something I might want to go see. Something that's animated that I probably will go see because I'm not going to go see Snow White, which I just read has to make $400 million.
No, man.
To break even. And I'm here to tell you, it ain't going to happen.
It ain't gonna. I'm not going to go see it.
I don't know, but we're old. Are these little kids, little girls, little boys going to want to go see Snow White?
Some people might want to go see it because she was Lucy. Lucy Gray? Did I make that up? She was in Songbirds and Snakes.
Yeah, I don't have any clue what that is.
Was the Harry Potter, I am losing my mind today, which was the Hunger Games found it prequel.
Oh, I never saw it.
Yes, because you were not a teenage girl.
Yeah, but I like the Hunger Games movies.
Mm-hmm. They were good. But yeah, Songbirds and Snakes, it's about Snow as he's a young man.
Yeah, I saw that.
And what kind of shapes him. And the main actress in that is playing Snow White.
Yeah, I don't know that is going to have that big a draw just because she was in that movie. I don't know. But I'm excited for How to Train Your Dragon.
I'm really excited for How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah. It is going to be
that and Lilo and Stitch.
If they make Stitch look right.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I think they will. I think they'll make him look right.
Do you remember the Lilo and Stitch TV show where they are like finding all of the experiments and Pleakley is just all of his different outfits?
Yes, those were hilarious.
Everything about that is just
Do you know who that was? That's Mr. Medulla from Sky High.
Yes, it is. You were right.
He's from Boys in the Hall.
I literally talked about High Sky this past week.
High Sky. We still call it High Sky. That's funny. But yeah. So, what else you got?
Okay. I literally had the Snow White piece of news, so I'm dead that you also had that. Okay. Taron Egerton is starring opposite of Charlize Theron in a new Netflix thriller.
Yes.
Called Apex. And how they described it is Free Solo meets Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, what?
Where a rock climber finds herself being hunted in the wild.
Oh, so Charlize Theron is the rock hunter. The rock climber.
Is the rock hunter. Have you watched Free Solo?
Yeah.
Did you just have like reciprocal anxiety the entire time?
It was terrible. Even though I knew the dude lived. I know the guy lives.
I was a mess watching.
I was
just like,
until the guy in
mess.
the bunny rabbit costume
that was
came out.
hysterical.
Like, what the heck is that doing here? But I did. It was a struggle for me to watch it. 100%.
I'm not a big spooky movie girly. My husband loves a spooky movie. And so if we can find like a thriller type vibe that's not like a horror film, but that still kind of scratches that itch, but is something that I can tolerate, that we can both watch and enjoy, is always fun.
Taron Egerton's got another one coming out.
I really like Taron Egerton, which is part of the reason why I mentioned it. And Taron Egerton and Charlize Theron, what an interesting combo of humans.
This has him and Jason Bateman.
Okay.
Taron Egerton is a TSA agent, and somebody leaves something in one of the little, you go through and you pick all your crap up, and the girl goes, "This isn't mine," and it's an earpiece, and he puts it in, and this guy says, "There's going to be a case come through. You need to let it go through, or I'm going to kill your girlfriend." And Jason Bateman's the bad guy. I can't remember what it's called. But it's coming out soon, and I thought it was coming out on Netflix. It looks really. I
wonder if Taron Egerton has just gotten himself a little thingamajig.
So that I saw that preview. It's what's it called? Carry On. It's called Carry On. It's all about this Carry On case getting onto the plane. And by the way, Taron Egerton looks like he's been lifting cars.
Well, we originally saw him in A Knight's Tale. Not A Knight's Tale. I'm losing my mind today.
Kingsman.
Dad.
Yeah, when he was 7 years old.
Am I well today?
Perfectly well. You're doing great.
And he was so good in that.
Yeah, he was like 15.
He was so good in it. He was in Kingsman in 2014, and since then he was
years ago.
He was in Rocket Man,
which I never saw.
Sing. He was really good in Robin Hood. I enjoyed that Robin Hood.
Never watched that Robin Hood movie.
Tetris. He was really good in Tetris. We watched that.
I haven't seen that either, but it's supposed to be good.
You didn't watch Tetris?
No. It's on Apple, too, so I have to wait till we get Apple again.
I thought you were the person that told me to watch that.
No, I wasn't. I told you to watch Pez Outlaw. I love that. That's on Netflix.
I watched Tetris instead. But yeah, the Carry On. It seems like this question it's coming out December 13th.
Okay. And I saw another preview for a movie that I want to see called The Amateur.
Oh.
What?
No, you keep going. You keep going, and then I'll tell you about it.
And that stars Ravi Malek as like a CIA, FBI data guy. He's like a data person for them. That's all he does. But someone kills his wife, and he wants to go after and get them. And they're like, "No, you can't even you can't even shoot a gun or whatever." And it looked really good. So
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne's in it too. What were you going to say, Hannah?
The Minecraft trailer.
Okay, it looks wild.
Okay, can I tell you that the Minecraft, it starts off with, "As a child, I yearned for the mines," is how the trailer starts. I need you to know that there's a viral meme that has gone out about this man who's like, "Why do all of the children play Minecraft? The children yearn for the mines. Let them work in the mines." It's like this guy being like, "The children yearn for the mines." And
so put them in there.
Saying,
"Come on, Gimli.
As a child, I yearned for the mines."
Oh, gosh.
It's just, I need you to know that I literally started laughing so hard, I had to pause it.
That's funny.
And so I do think that they're going to be like some deep cut, like just silly shenanigans in it.
Yeah, I know. I won't go see it, though.
As a child, I yearned for the mines. Are you kidding? It's hysterical.
But I bet you, I don't know, you think it'll do well?
I think it needs to be PG for it to do well.
It will be PG-13.
But you know what I mean? Like, it needs to be PG.
Just for little kids to go?
Because the kids who play Minecraft, the people who play Minecraft are...
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to get on a soapbox.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it because I'm going to get in trouble. Anywho, I'm not 100% sure that the parents who let their kids play Minecraft all day care if the movie's PG or PG-13.
I mean, but you all wouldn't... When Nathan... Unless all of us wanted to go see it, you all wouldn't have let Nathan go watch a PG-13 movie when he was 8.
No, but we're ultra strict.
I would not call you all ultra strict.
Okay, yeah, I think we are.
I went to a private Christian university. I know what ultra strict parents look like.
Yeah, well, oh yeah, that's different too.
I'm literally just saying.
Okay. Anywho, all right.
But I hope it's PG. I feel like it's trying to be Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle.
I thought the same thing.
I think it's trying to be that.
It isn't Jack Black in it though.
Yes.
He's like in everything. Like he's now the new Nick Cage.
Jack Black is wonderful. Okay. And so I'm not mad about it.
So is Nick Cage. And
he yearned for the mines, Dad.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to find that video and send it to you. It's hysterical.
Did you hear Lady Gaga is going to be in Wednesday?
I saw
season
that.
2. Yes. I wonder if it'll be a musical and only 6 people go watch it. Like the Joker movie. It did terrible. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that was Lady Gaga's fault.
No, I think it was just giving someone carte blanche to do whatever they wanted with very little
oversight.
Yeah. But here's the deal. I haven't seen it. So
Sophie Turner is officially in talks to play Lara Croft in a live action Tomb Raider series.
So wasn't she in the terrible X-Men movie we saw?
Yeah.
Oh, it was horrible. She was Jean Grey.
It wasn't her fault that it was bad.
That movie was terrible. That was terrible.
She was really good in Game of Thrones.
I haven't seen that, so.
She started that when she was a very young babe and
there you go.
Then was an adult person.
Okay.
And so you could kind of see her acting skills.
That's a little bit creepy, though.
Develop. I mean.
Gotcha.
I'm not her mom to tell her.
I know. There you go.
If she was. Yeah. But we like Lara Croft.
We do.
I really liked the Tomb Raider TV show with Alicia.
Never saw
Van
that.
something.
TV show?
No, the live action Tomb Raider movie, the young one.
Yeah, the young one. It was good.
I really liked that.
That was a good movie.
That was excellent.
I think the thing was just the demographics of who they were getting for that.
They didn't know if it was going to be me, if it was going to be like young women, or if they wanted boys to go see it.
They couldn't pick who they were making the movie for.
The marketing was not great.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of like
the movie was a good adventure movie.
Sort of like John Carter. We always come back to John Carter whenever
John
we talk
Carter
about
is better
marketing.
than that movie. Sorry.
So, do you know that that James Gunn's doing all this stuff at DC?
Yes.
We already know that. So he's got an animated series. It's going to be like the first thing that comes out called Creature Commandos.
Okay.
And Alan Tudyk is going to voice Clayface. We love Alan Tudyk. It's called a Lance. Hello.
Okay, how does he get away with all of this voice acting for all of these different he's entities? You know what I mean? Like he's in DC, he's in Marvel, he's in Disney, he's in.
I mean,
he's
there
the
are other
rooster
people
in Moana.
I know, it's crazy. The thing is there are voice actors who just voice act. That's all they do, and they're in all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
video games, cartoons, commercials, all this kind of stuff. And then you got Alan Tudyk, who's literally a TV and movie star.
It's so cool.
And voices everything.
Everything.
From Star Wars to Moana.
He played the droid that we really liked in Rogue One.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And he literally, I think, walked around as that droid. Did he walk around as that droid on set?
I don't know.
Did I make that up?
You might have. You might have made that up. It's a good story if he didn't even. Oh, gosh.
We just told people that we don't lie to them on purpose.
No, but not on purpose. Yeah.
Clearly, I can't remember words today.
I know. You're having struggle with words. That's about all I had for my news, except for they did come out and give the official synopsis of what the Fantastic Four movie is going to be.
How do you feel about it?
So they're saying that it is family and that they're going to have to battle Galactus and his Silver Surfer. No, his Herald.
So it's literally the second one?
It's literally some of the best storyline in Marvel. But it's set in like the 60s/70s. So
I hope it's excellent for you, Dad. I want to go see it.
I do too. I want to go see it.
The other piece of news that I have is just really funny. It's John Rhys-Davies.
Okay, I saw something about that.
Saying I'm never going to do another Lord of the Rings movie.
Except...
unless they can figure out a way to CGI everything onto my body.
Oh, like the dots.
Like the dots. Because apparently he had such an allergic reaction that it impacted his skin, and he became physically ill. And the technology to get that stuff on your body has gotten a lot quicker since those movies were made. He's old.
Yeah, he's. I would say he's 80. That's a guess.
He said, if I don't have to spend 8 hours a day for 3 years of my life in a makeup chair, I might indeed do it. And then he mentioned that I don't have the strength to carry around 80 pounds of armor anymore.
Yeah, because he's old.
He's a.
I mean, nothing against him. I'm just saying those movies were made 20-something years ago.
Yeah.
And he wasn't a spring chicken when they made those then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But he's so good.
I know.
Him, John Rhys-Davies as Gimli. Chef's kiss.
A dwarf, elf would go underground and a dwarf dare not. Oh, I'll never hear the end of this. Yeah. Okay. Where are we? Are you done with your news?
I'm finished.
Okay. So this will be a good segue into binging.
Okay, go.
I am right now I finished the Two Towers audiobook by Rob Inglis, and I am now 2 hours of the 18 in for The Return of the King. And we are just now to the part where they just went in to the land of the dead, the road of the dead. So, and he does say that. It's really interesting, the differences I'd forgotten so many of the differences.
Yeah.
Like, Frodo did not send Sam away.
Yeah.
When they went to fight Shelob. He was with him. But he got separated from him fighting Gollum. And that's how the spider got him. And
I think it adds something in the movie. Like, I get why they made that choice.
Yeah, they had to. I get it too. Yeah. Like when Gimli, Aragorn, and Legolas go to the dead, they're with an entire group of Dunedain soldiers. Go with him. And he doesn't show him the sword. He shows him his banner. It's weird. And Elrond's sons are the one who bring it to him. Just little things.
Elrond not being a turd is nice.
Yeah, Elrond not being a turd is nice, right?
Sorry.
But,
love Hannah.
It was good. And the relationship of Gandalf and Pippin as they get to Minas Tirith is really good. How everyone there thinks that Pippin is a halfling prince, and that they believe that all of the Rohirrim, when they come, will have a warrior with them. They're like, this is the rumors that spread throughout the city. So, yeah, I love that. I also watched Deadpool and Wolverine.
So you finally got the Chris Evans thing.
I sent you a picture, and you were like, didn't even get it.
I must have been doing something.
You were like, what? And so.
Yeah, you sent me Trust Me Kid, I'm No Hero, and I didn't get it.
Yeah, that was.
Baby knife. And I was like, and then you sent me that, and I didn't get it.
Yeah, because when he would stab everybody, he would go, baby knife, and then he would pull that, and he put it back in baby knife. He said that like 45 times.
I missed it. I'm sorry, Daddy.
So yeah, the Chris Evans, and then I waited for the very end scene where it shows that he really didn't throw Chris Evans under the bus, but it is pretty raunchy in a lot of spots. Pretty raunchy. The story, it's a TVA story, the Time Variance Authority, basically. I loved Dogpool.
Dogpool was hysterical.
That Dogpool was hysterical.
What'd you think of Gambit?
I thought that was silly as all get out. which is what it was supposed to be. But they actually were thought about making a movie like that. And they're in talks to do something that would be horrible.
Because he has wanted there to be Channing Tatum has
Yes.
done dialect coaching, has done all of these
That's
things
horrible.
so that
That's
he
horrible.
can be, and people that live in that area are saying yeah, it's a pretty spot on accent actually.
Okay,
You
well,
can't
it's
understand
the outfit's horrible.
a single thing that he's saying. The best part of it is that it became a meme of him being like, "Ooh, I'm gonna make a name for myself here,"
Yeah.
and then Wolverine being like, "I don't think you have it in you, Mike. I don't think you're walking
Yeah.
away from this." And it was me walking into a Las Vegas all you can eat buffet.
Oh,
Ooh, I'm
okay,
gonna make a
gotcha.
name for myself.
Yeah,
Or
that's
me
funny.
walking into a half off sale at a bookstore, or
Gotcha.
things like that. Became was a really big internet meme right after the
Yeah.
movie popped up.
So it's on Disney Plus. So if you have
is just
Disney Plus,
so
you
funny.
can watch it. It is rated R for a reason.
The fact
It
that
is
that's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's something you don't watch with the kiddos in the room. Not because of nudity or anything. There is a lot of violence, but they say a lot of naughty stuff in it. So, yeah,
Can I show you a cool thing I'm asking that's on my Christmas list?
sure.
It is a
Oh,
mug
I am no man.
that says "I am no man," and it's
Yes.
Eowyn's helmet
love
above
it.
it. Oh, look at how cool that is.
You know, I've thought about that while reading these books, about how someone had to read these and then come up with their own idea of what stuff would look like. And now we have that
Costuming and-
cemented in our head of how
Yeah.
things look. Yeah.
It's wild. I don't. I'm curious about this. When you read, when I'm reading, I am not picturing elaborate sets or a specific person's face or
I
anything
don't,
like that.
but I do now.
Oh,
If I've seen a movie, I
you've seen
think
a movie, you think of that person.
I hear James
voice?
Rhys-Davies' voice is Gimli.
As Gimli. Okay. Because I when I'm reading a book, I am not imagining a person with a specific timbre, a specific tone, a specific face, engaging in the dialogue. It is just a faceless person talking in the same tone of voice with another faceless person. And
gotcha.
and you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I do. I get that. And I could see that. But if I've seen a movie and then go back and or listen to this or read this, then I do picture those people in that spot. But I wouldn't, I guess. I've never really paid attention because I really don't read books that don't have pictures. So
You're not wrong. I read a lot
Yeah.
of books that don't have pictures.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right. Well, that's all pretty much. I'm not binging it much. What about you, Hannah?
I'm not binging much either right now.
I did watch White Christmas again.
Oh, classic. Yeah, because you've been working on that Christmas tree
She done.
for literally a million
I might not
years.
put ornaments on it. I don't know.
Yeah, your mom has said that a couple of years now, and that has been the case.
So, yeah. What about you? What are you doing?
So I re-listened to the end of A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas on Graphic Audio.
What kind of book is this?
It's a
Fantasy?
fantasy book.
Okay.
At the very end of the book, it's been out for so long, and no one here has read it, so I'm just going to spoil it. At the very end of the book, these three women are tricked into joining this battle training for this race of fighter males, and they're dumped into this training.
Okay.
And have to journey to find each other and then journey to save each other. And then they have 3 different rankings depending on if you make it for the entire 7 days.
Okay.
And these 3 women decided to engage in training to become warriors because they each had their own different traumas in life.
Okay.
And so they learn by counting on each other and being strong for each other is truly what keeps them going. And I listened to the last hour and a half, just I've read this book a million different times.
I got you. I do the same thing with The Hobbit.
And just wept.
Oh, gosh.
I was driving home in the car
Yeah.
to Nashville, and they're Ness is like, I will do this to protect my friends and my family because I love them. And I was like, yes, you do. Just like crying in my car.
Mom said that you were a little bit emotional on the new Ben Rector releases.
I called her weeping this morning too. I called mom listening to the new Ben Rector, and I started hiccuping at
and
one
she's like,
point.
"Are you okay?"
And I'm like, "No, it's beautiful."
Okay, well then that's okay.
So yeah, I listened to that, which was fun. And then I watched another episode of the show that goes wrong with Trevin, which was just so funny.
Your mom and I have watched some more episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine on Netflix too.
We watched some of the Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah, that was a waste.
I saw something on Instagram that said, Netflix, live streaming is not your ministry.
No kidding. We got on there. I had no intention of staying up to watch it because I knew it wouldn't go until here, midnight at least. So 11, probably your time. But I did want to watch some of the undercards, some of the other boxing matches. And it was terrible. I mean, so many people trying to watch it that it literally on Twitter or X, everybody was like buffering. It got to be one point where it just stopped, but the closed captioning kept going. So I could read.
I mean, at least you could, it's like radio, but
I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear it.
It's not the radio, but it is the radio.
It's like typing.
Reading radio.
Like I'm reading a book about a fight.
That's hysterical. It's like reading.
I told you, I don't read it without pictures.
And Dad's like, I'm reading without pictures. This isn't fair.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, so I went to bed. Trevin stayed up and watched the entire fight, but I went to bed. Show that goes wrong. The thing that I have been binging here recently is I am rewatching all of my Christmas videos and have been working on a couple Christmas videos because I am
new ones.
Very behind. I'm 2 years behind.
Christmas videos.
And so I have been watching all of these cute videos of
fun.
Our family from the 2022, 2023 Christmas.
Okay.
So 2 Christmases ago.
Awesome.
It's been really sweet. And watching the clips and like laughing and sending pictures to Trevin and like, you remember this? You remember that? Yes. So sweet.
That's fun. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's it, guys. We don't have an awful lot of, hey, you should watch this.
No, I don't.
Well, I did watch V for Vendetta. And I watched, because I've been working on Secret Things in the Basement, and I watched Judge Dredd, the one with Carl Urban. Very good. Very rough. Both of those are rated R.
V for Vendetta is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, and I think they were both on Prime. So, which is weird because Prime now has commercials.
Yes.
That's stinkies, but anywho.
Lame is what it is.
That's it.
Lame.
I suggest both of them are great.
Pull
They're
list?
both comic books, though. Sure. Guys, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to tell you books from my pull list. I usually pick one from DC, Marvel, one from an independent distributor, a new number one, and a book of the week. That's what I do. A pull list is a list of books that I ask my local comic book shop owner, Beth and Steven, to put back for me so they'll be there when I want some comics. This was a tough week because a lot of stuff wasn't great.
Oh, I was like, ooh, the opposite problem, but no.
No. So like
Sorry,
even
Dad.
my new number one book that I'm going to talk about is a new number one book, but I'm not going to keep getting it.
Okay,
Actually,
dang. So maybe don't collect that.
Two of the books that I'm going to talk about are ends of a run. So then they will be collected in a
trade
graphic novel or a trade paperback if you want to read them. But I'm going to start with a book that is not the end of a run. It's the beginning of a new creative team.
Okay.
It is Amazing Spider-Man issue 61. And this is the deaths of Spider-Man. The 8 deaths of Spider-Man is what the storyline is going to be. So Doctor Doom is the new Sorcerer Supreme because of Monkey's Paw. And he comes to find out that Doctor Strange made a deal with some demons or something that this planet Earth would be safe from them but he has to fight every single one of the 8 demons every year to maintain the treaty.
No.
And even if he dies, so he comes back to life and fights again.
Monkey's paw.
So Dr. Doom says, Spider-Man, you're going to do this. And he's like, no, I'm not. And then he goes, because I'm not doing it. I've got more important things to do. And then stuff happens, and Spider-Man's like, okay, I'll do it. I'll fight these demons. And he gets a new outfit, a new magical stuff, a new gets like the robe and everything. And it's a little fun. It's a little bit out there, but it's going to be like the next few issues is going to be.
Do you think it's going to be cool? Are you going to keep collecting that one?
Well, it's Amazing Spider-Man. So I collect Spider-Man.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I've collected Spider-Man for probably the last 200 issues, I would say.
Dang.
Close to it. So yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 61. Excuse me. My DC book is Batman Dark Age, book 6. Excuse me.
You're fine.
I know. So this is the end of a story about Batman in like a nursing home who's struggling to know what's really happened and what didn't happen.
What's real life?
And he's trying to tell his story to his therapist.
Oh, no.
And this is the culmination of this book and the end of this story. So the art style is by the Allreds, which they have a specific art style, which is a little bit weird, I would say. I like it because it's different.
Okay.
And the writer, Mark Russell, has a way of deconstructing comic book heroes and bringing them into real life stuff. I like a lot of stuff that he writes.
Cool. Did he do Heroes in Crisis?
No, that was Tom King. He did. He just did, I think, a Booster Gold
you like
Blue
Booster
Beetle
Gold.
book. He did a Red Tornado book that was really good. He just did a thing called Superman Space Age, which is similar to this Batman Dark Age. So he's like doing his own little take on what would happen if this were this way. Or
okay, right on.
So yeah, and so it was the end of the book, and it was fun read. I suggest people get it when it comes out and give it a shot.
Give the trade a shot.
Yeah.
Cool.
My independent is from Dark Horse.
Okay, Dark Horse.
It is Helen of Wyndhorn, issue 6.
How do you spell Wyndhorn?
W-Y-N-D horn. This is the book that was written by the creative team that did Superwoman, Girl of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Was it as interesting and cool?
No.
Dang.
Yes and no. It's a completely different thing. It's about a girl who comes to realize that her grandfather fights dragons and stuff in a alternate universe, and they go back and forth to this place. And yeah, the art is great because it's the same girl that did that art. And I'm hoping that it would probably read better as a trade, but Tom King has so much words in this, because you remember how many words he had in the Supergirl book.
Woo!
He got a lot of words in this one too. So yeah, this is sad, but I'm just saying this. This is a story that I probably wouldn't have finished, but it was only 6 issues, and I was too far in to say stop.
Fair.
So
fair. Okay.
All right. So my new number 1,
which you're not collecting anymore,
which I'm not going to collect. I just picked it up on a whim because it had Tom Hardy.
Okay.
And it made me think that he was writing it with Scott Snyder, who also writes. Scott Snyder wrote. What was that one we read about with the guy with the material that came down in the Clear? He wrote Clear.
I loved Clear.
And he wrote the one where they fought where the demon helped this girl fight other demons.
We Have Demons?
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Both of those are excellent books.
I know. So that's why I saw this, because Tom Hardy and Scott Snyder were writing this book. Well, when I opened it up, Tom Hardy just helps character development, which is code for I want a Netflix show. I think he's trying to do the same thing that Keanu Reeves did with Berserker.
But that one's actually good.
Yeah, and this one probably could be good. This is about it's another
You haven't
like
told me what it's called or who made it or
it's
anything.
it's Dark Horse.
Okay.
It is called Arcbound, Arcbound, and it's like it's a futuristic set in space. There are settlers, and these people have to go. The company has to go down and squelch uprisings and everything. And if something happens, they turn people into like basically robot fighting machines.
Crazy.
And this guy who worked for the company goes down and is betrayed by his other person that's helping him and gets turned into one of these Arcbound characters. So, yeah.
I have a thing that I need to tell you when you're done with your book of the week.
Okay. My book of the week.
Book of the week is the book of the week.
I just picked it up because it was on there. It's also a number one. It is by Image. It's G.I. Joe issue 1.
Oh, heck yeah.
This is great. So good. The writer's Josh Williamson. He's so good. The art is great. That person's name's Tom Riley. And it is just the beginning of a G.I. Joe Cobra.
That's so fun.
Shenanigans.
That's so fun.
With the Transformers intertwined in it. Because they're
Even
all
cooler.
in the same universe. The Cobra has like control of Energon, which is how the Transformers work, their power, and they're using it to make weapons. And G.I. Joe has a team that has to go fight them. And I love how they introduce characters. They'll say their name and what they do, just like the old school.
That's so
fun. This is a great book. I did not think I would like it, but I'm going to start collecting it.
Yay! That's so fun. I'm so glad.
Yeah, so G.I. Joe issue 1. All right, what were you going to say, Hannah Jo?
Okay, I remembered the other thing that we watched. I was thinking that there was something
What?
else that we watched, but I couldn't remember what it was. We watched these games on YouTube where they had 4 explanations of a movie, and you had 10 seconds to guess what the movie was.
Well, gosh,
then-
that's us. That's us
and
when
then-
we talk about books
right?
and movies.
And then stick figure drawings of the movie, of like a scene in the movie, and then you had to guess what the movie was.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, this was the one that I got the quickest that made Trevin laugh the most.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Potato farmer receives millions of dollars in government funding.
Potato farmer, millions of dollars in government funding. I would just say Interstellar, but he's not potato. He does corn and
He does corn. Potato farmer receives millions of dollars in government funding. You're on the right track.
wow, this could take forever. I don't
Want
know.
me to just tell you?
No, I don't. I want us to keep going, and I want to just be thinking about it while we talk about something else.
Okay.
All right.
If you think about it, just yell it in the middle. Potato farmer receives millions of dollars in government funding.
Who does potatoes? Who farms potatoes? It's crazy. It probably isn't even potatoes.
It is. It's potatoes. Potato farmer.
Potatoes.
Yeah, I'm right.
All right. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Just tell me.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay.
But this podcast can go on forever.
Let's talk about Sweet Home Alabama. And if you think about it, you'll yell it. And
Hannah
if you
and I
don't,
want to talk about that great Thanksgiving film that everyone watches while they eat turkey and gather around the football games.
I looked up.
Hey, do you want to watch the Cowboys play because or the Lions? No, let's watch the Thanksgiving Day special, Sweet Home Alabama. How in the world did you pick Sweet Home Alabama?
Okay, I need you to know that I Googled.
By the way, I'm
Halloween.
not paying attention to anything you say because all I can think about is a potato farmer getting government funding.
Millions
Go ahead,
of dollars
keep going.
in government funding.
All right, keep going.
I might have been government subsidies. Government subsidies or government funding. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So I Googled Thanksgiving movies and all of them seemed lame. And so
Yeah,
then
there were even horror movies.
Yeah, there were horror movies on it. It was just,
like a turkey with like an axe and stuff. That was funny.
some of them just seemed like they seemed really lame. And so I was like, okay,
I did the same thing, which is why I said Little Women.
I'll do movies with fall vibes. And so
Oh,
I
gosh.
Googled fall vibe movies. And it was like When Harry Meets Sally, which I'm always down to watch.
I like that. Yeah.
But you have to pay to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not doing that.
Right.
Not when we pay for how many
By the way,
streaming
you can
services.
watch Sweet Home Alabama on Hulu
Yes.
with ads, but I have the DVD.
We watched it with no ads. I don't know how we managed that one, but we did.
You've done that the same way with the other thing, too.
I don't know.
That's okay.
Don't know. So we watched, so I Googled movies with fall vibes. There were a couple that we've like already talked about, like You've Got Mail.
Potatoes.
And things like that. And I was like, we can't do Lord of the Rings because I suggested Lord of the Rings because Lord of the Rings has fall vibes. But Dad is like, no, because we're doing that for the 111th episode.
And it's going to be Lord of the Rings all day. It's going to be
Lord of the Rings all day. We love Lord of the Rings. And so Sweet Home Alabama was on the list. And I was like, that sounds great. We both like that movie. And so I sent it to Dad. And he didn't say no.
Well, no, because I love the movie.
You could have said, no, that's not a fall vibe movie, Hannah.
Do we have to explain to everybody what this movie's about? Give them the synopsis. If you've not seen Sweet Home Alabama, I don't know where you've been.
What are you doing?
It's okay because I have kids now who work for me who don't even know who the Beatles are. So, anywho, it's crazy. Don't just go with it. Anywho, give the synopsis of Sweet Home Alabama.
Okay, Sweet Home Alabama. There's a woman named Melanie who is a fashion designer in New York City. She's got a fancy boyfriend whose mom is the mayor of New York. They get engaged, and she's like, wait, I have to go back home to Alabama to fix something before we can get married. And she goes down to Alabama and, what? She's lied about her last name, and her name's actually Melanie Smooter, not Melanie Carmichael. And she's married to a man named Jake.
Yes.
And then small town shenanigans ensue, and
you have a baby in a bar.
I need you to know that that's something that Trevin and I say. We say the line that the other part to each other all the time.
You can't say that on.
I'm like, if that's true, then anything you can do anything. I genuinely believe that.
Do you want to get some money out in your joint account?
Or a joint account? Why do you have that much money anyhow? And things like that. We went to Jonathan's, which is one of my favorite restaurants, with a couple of friends that we have. And it was the UT football game was on that night. And so it was
They lost
very badly. But it was hopping before the game started in this restaurant. And we like sitting at the bar area because you get faster service. And we don't have kids. And so there was this group of people that were like loitering and like clearly getting ready to leave. And we like poached one of their tables. And
does this have something to do with
because they started talking, and you know how I get when I'm hanging with people that have like a certain accent, especially so it just kind of pulls out my little Southern accent. And my friend started calling me Savannah Hannah for the rest of the night because of how I was talking to the people there.
Hilarious.
And that happens to Miss Melanie. She has like a posh accent at the beginning, but the more she's in her hometown, the more...
Except when she fell asleep at the beginning.
Yes. The more it comes out.
Yeah. So this is a sweet movie, and there is no bad guy in it, except for maybe the mother. The mayor. The mayor. Yeah, Candace Bergen, who's a famous actress. She's a turd, but she does get punched in the nose. So your mom actually quoted a quote from there when Melanie's mom says, now, no need for name calling. She says, I want to say that a lot. Now, there's no need for name calling. But there are a bunch of one-lines that are really good.
Why you want to marry me for anyhow?
So I can kiss you anytime I want. Dakota Fanning.
Dakota Fanning is such a baby in that.
She's like 7,
she's like,
maybe.
Yeah, 7 or 8 years old, is barely in it. Do we know Mo?
Mo, yeah.
We say that sometimes. You've said that multiple times.
Apparently. What does he say? A perfectly good cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all stepped down on a perfectly good cake.
Yeah.
That one's really good.
There's one that we can't say. That's you
can't ride a horse can't ride two horses with one rear end. Sugar bean.
He doesn't say rear end. And you can't have wings and roots at the same time.
Same time. Amen. Isn't that beautiful?
We'll get some of the bologna cake out of the fridge. Bologna cake? What the heck is bologna cake? That sounds nasty.
Is it like loaf? Is
I
it
don't
like
know.
a
That'd be like
loaf
saying,
of a meat cheese loaf?
I'm gonna make you some eggs and white sauce. Just sit right down. Ugh. That's the nastiest stuff in the world.
You won't eat eggs and white sauce, Dad.
Heck to the no.
You'd eat eggs and Spam.
Well, that's different.
You eat
There ain't
eggs
no
and
sauce.
Spam in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you all a recipe for eggs and white sauce. You can have white trash breakfast dinner, which is what we ate when we didn't have nothing.
Eggs and white sauce.
Yeah. There, look at me now. I'm overweight. So it didn't hurt.
Daddy.
It's the truth.
But
That
it
eggs and white
was
sauce goes right to your hips.
it's a really good movie. It's very sweet. It is.
And you feel sorry for her fiance. Really.
Yeah, he's a good man.
He's a good man.
He's a good man. Both of her men folk in it are good men.
Mm-hmm.
Her daddy and her mama love her very much.
Yeah, but the whole entire thing about them not going up to New York, I didn't like that.
I didn't like that either.
But I get it. I mean, that's fear. And a lot of times there are a lot of
especially
people
in small towns.
In small towns that never leave the county.
Well, let alone get on an airplane.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's many of the ladies I work with have never been on an airplane.
Well, new can be scary.
Yeah, new is scary. So there you go.
And the uncertainty of it. And man, had I been to a big city before I'd been to New York City? I'd been to Cincinnati, I'd been to Chicago.
Yeah, we've been to Nashville. But you're there
New
with
York
people.
City is like a different level of big city.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, as long as I don't have to drive in it, because I had to drive in Chicago. I hate that.
You did have to drive in Chicago.
Twice.
More than once.
No, 3 times I've had to drive in Chicago.
You drove in Chicago when we were... No, because we took the train into downtown Chicago at the church trip.
Yeah, that's true. But there's been other times when we've been there that I've had to drive into it, and I'm not a fan of it. Yeah. But the last 2 times we went, it was okay. It was better. You just,
end up underneath the street in some random underneath the street spot.
That was in Boston.
No, I've never been to Boston with you all. That was in Chicago.
That happened with me and Nathan. We're listening to our GPS, and Miriam called right as we're making a big huge, and we're like, we don't know where we are.
Nathan, that's no, not Nathan.
I was the one freaking out. Oh, calling when he's using his GPS.
He's like, he'll be like, I gotta hang up. I'm getting ready to use my GPS. I'm like, okay, love you, bye.
All right.
But it's a sweet movie, worth watching if you haven't watched it. Apparently gives fall vibes, even though Dad thinks that's nonsense.
I could see it because it's sort of like a fall festival there at one point. Mm-hmm. They have like a little festival, and it is in the South.
So the color scheme is very muted.
There's like a Civil War reenactment. I guess it feels like a fall type thing. I could see that.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, I guess. I think it does. Battles in the fall. I don't know. It's still not as good as the best Thanksgiving movie of all time. Paul Blart Mall Cop. It's really a Black Friday movie, but
they have Thanksgiving in it. He is pie.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's right.
Are you kidding? That movie's memorized. Anytime we get into the car and the radio is playing She's a Little Runaway.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Trevin, guess what movie? And he'll look at me.
Twisted. I don't
Every
drink.
time we get in the car and that movie's playing, that song
this lemonade is, what does he say? This lemonade is something.
This lemonade is delicious.
He says
not
something
lemonade.
Else.
That's margarita.
That's margaritas. Oh, I don't drink.
The Loch Ness Monster.
In a big eagle.
But.
Oh, well. Anywho.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was our Thanksgiving episode.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Okay. Who are we apologizing to?
I thought you were frustrated again.
I'm not frustrated at all.
Sick.
I like it.
Okay. Last time.
What?
Potato farmer receives millions of dollars in government funding.
No clue. Give me another hint.
No. I got 10 seconds and I got it.
Well, I don't have any clue. Go.
The Martian.
Oh, that's funny. Potato farmer.
Farmer.
I get it now. I was
Isn't
like, Who made Farmer?
Hysterical.
Who made
Potato Farmer
Potatoes?
receives
And I love that movie.
$1 million. I know. I was like, Dad would
Billions
Dad
of
would get that.
dollars.
Honestly.
Billions, probably.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Of government funding. I just thought that was
I have colonized Mars.
hysterical.
Mark Watney, Space Pirate.
Space Pirate.
Great movie.
I need to rewatch that movie.
You and I went and saw that together.
We did, and then you bought it when because we were supposed to go out and go see another movie, and I ended up getting sick and couldn't leave the house.
I remember.
You brought the TV in from the living room into the kitchen so that you could work on your mosaic and I could lay on the couch.
Yeah, and we watched
couch
it.
And there used to be a couch in the kitchen, and you bought The Martian on iTunes so that we could watch The Martian together.
There you go.
And
I'm not that bad of a dad.
You're an excellent dad.
I'm halfway decent.
I loved that day. I felt like garbage, but I felt very loved.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad.
Tender. But Trevin's never seen that. He's never seen it.
What? He's never seen The Martian?
He's never seen Interstellar.
Oh, I love Interstellar.
I think he's seen The Martian, but I know he hasn't seen Interstellar.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I'm like, you would love that movie. Like, honestly.
I think so. I think you would like it too.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should watch that and listen and talk about it. I don't think we've ever reviewed that movie.
I think we should do a Christmas movie. Like the Christmas for Castle for Christmas.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I went back and rewatched that episode because one of the ladies at work says, I think I want to watch that movie. I was like,
you don't.
Here, watch this. And it was like episode 40 something.
No.
Is that crazy?
You're
crazy.
Lying.
No, it was like 46 or something or 60. I mean, it was like 40 it was a bunch of episodes back there.
That's crazy.
I know.
Well,
I think it was episode 60, I think.
Have we reviewed Klaus?
We talked about it, but we didn't review it.
Klaus is...
We did talk about it.
Trevin and I were making a list of Christmas movies that are like must-watch Christmas movies.
Okay.
Are like must-watch Christmas movies. And the ones
Next
we have
week,
are...
I'm sure I'll watch Die Hard.
We have Klaus, George C. Scott, A Christmas Carol.
He likes that.
White Christmas, Elf, and Jim Carrey, The Grinch.
I don't like Jim Carrey, The Grinch. It's okay. Yeah,
we watched half of Elf, too.
It's okay.
And then movies that are less important but are still important. The Holiday, The Last Holiday, Polar Express, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Polar Express was on yesterday on Cartoon Network during the day. We watched it.
The Santa Claus and It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, all those are all good ones. Yeah, I agree. 2 thumbs up on those.
Okay, thanks.
That is your Christmas watching list, folks. You got that in this episode too. Hannah, break it down.
Friends, thanks for hanging out with us on our little tiny corner of the internet. Hey, our music is made by Brockwell Nason. If you have not checked out his new album, you totes should. It is wonderful.
Yeah, it's really good. And you can really hear Miriam on backup on a bunch of those.
And if you listen to the lady voice that you hear in the background voice singing BGV, that's my little sister. She's famous.
Background vocals, yes.
BGV.
Gotcha.
And our art is made by Nate, my dear sweet brother. Thanks for doing that for us, bud.
Yes, it is.
I edit and upload our podcast, and Dad maintains our YouTube.
And I'm a little bit behind.
That's okay. Happens.
Yep. It does happen. Guys, have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Will you put this up before Thanksgiving?
I'm going to try to, yeah.
Good. And we will be taking a break next week. Mm-hmm. But we'll be back. And we will let you know on our socials what we're going to watch or read.
Sick.
And that way you can play along.
We love playing along. Do we want to do Christmas for the next little bit? We'll talk.
I think
we'll talk.
Yeah, maybe I'll find some Christmas comics or something that we can
Christmas time is here.
That's another
Home Alone isn't on my list.
Yeah, Home Alone's okay. But here's the deal. They show it so many daggone times. How about Christmas with the Cranks? I like that one. It's silly, but it's Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, another great one. Both of them. I like them both.
Which, by the way, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm done. What you were going to... Which,
too.
by the way, Christmas with the Cranks.
It's a good movie. You ever seen it?
No. I mean, yeah, I think so.
It's fun. But I like that one.
I don't love A Christmas Story. That's not my jam.
Me either. Isn't that crazy? But it's not one of my... It's not one of my... Some people love it.
Some people are like, Christmas Story.
I'm here to tell you right now, I loved the best Christmas pageant ever at the movie theater.
Okay.
I suggest
I should
people
probably
go
watch
see
it. I want to watch it.
I cried throughout the entire thing.
I didn't know that
story.
wasn't a book that people had just read. I thought that was a book that the majority of evangelical Christians had like read to them in their childhood.
Really? Well, it's because you did. But you know what? I mean,
all the people at my church did too. I think that we did it as like a book club or something.
Well, like you said, Ed said it was a play. And
we watched him.
I don't remember that at all.
I know that we did.
Anywho, yes, it is Christian. It's about a nativity.
Yeah.
About a church putting on a nativity in the town, and it's a big deal.
And the
but
stigma
it is not
that
pound
receive.
You in the head theology.
It's about loving and accepting people.
Exactly. 100%. Heck, the dad's is Pete Holmes. His comedy is rated R.
Yeah.
M for mature.
Funny though, man.
He's hilarious.
He's very funny. Okay.
Yeah. All right, anyway. Folks, friends, countrymen, thank you for lending us your ears.
Indeed.
We will catch you the next time. And until next time, we will
catch you on the flippity flop.
Bye, guys.
Friends.